Yep. Got a very special guest today. Could you do me a favor and introduce yourself, G?
Yeah, my name's Noisy from EMF. Fucking yeah.
Yeah. Much love, G. And so, it's a trip because you're making quite a name for yourself with the different social media platforms, building your brand, your tattoo brand. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Uh yeah, well I grew up in Monte and I moved out to Vegas to start my to start building for myself. I've been tattooing for about 8 years and I've been out here for Vegas about 4 of those 8 years now. So yeah, I go by Noisy Tattoos and
Mhm.
I'm just doing my thing, fucking I don't work out of a shop or nothing. I'm doing my thing on Instagram and Facebook, just throwing my work out there, trying to travel different places, meet new people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been going pretty good so far.
Dope, dope. Well, let's start from the beginning. What was it that you mentioned, you're from the neighborhood and shit. What was it that drove you to that lifestyle? What attracted you to that gangster lifestyle?
Well, honestly, just where we grew up at, man. Just seeing all their older homies and stuff, and just being, just looking at the homies gathered up together. I just wanted to be a part of something, and fucking rep where I'm from, and see my older brother and his dogs. Fucking
Yeah,
which is you know who they are, fucking Dopey and Chema. Your brother, fucking Little Cricket and shit.
yeah,
Matthew, rest in peace. Just seeing those fools in the streets, doing their thing, like getting that respect, and you know, going at it with the homies and shit. And just going at it with enemies. I was just infatuated with the fact that those fools are down for something, and I wanted to be a part of that.
yeah.
And yeah,
Did that lead to any kind of youth incarceration or anything?
yeah. Well, I started robbing fools and all that when I was like 13, 14 is when I caught my first case. Yeah, I went to fucking LP and shit. My first time, I think I did like a month, and then I
Mhm.
got out. Was on house arrest. I cut off my house arrest. I went to camp for the first time. I went to Camp Kilpatrick. Did my first camp program. Did like 3 months. I got released, and it was just a little routine from the till the time I was 18. Just out for a few months, then 9 months program, another 9 month camp program. I've been to
Yeah.
fucking Rocky, Afterball, and Camp Kilpatrick. I went to Afterball 3 times because I got
Damn.
refiled on a couple times while I was in camp.
What was that process like? Them refiling on you?
Oh man, when you're a kid, like a month feels like eternity. So
Yeah,
when you're in there, it's like, damn, you're missing parties, you're missing all the good stuff. Like, everyone's at fucking going to the flyer parties, and all the homies are out there and shit, and it just fucking sucked. But my dumb ass, I would just get into more trouble instead of trying to get out. I'd just be frustrated in there. But yeah, fucking when I got the first time I got refiled on, it was because of we got into it with some fools from Puente and shit, and the homies everywhere we go in camp were deep. So fucking yeah, we ended up fighting with the fools from Puente, like Locky Legs in the back, and I don't know they kind of pinned me down as the ringleader, like I'm the one who set it all up and stuff. I don't know who was saying what, but when I went to court, I guess the staff members were just like testifying against me, saying I was always causing problems in camp, always fighting, always fucking smelling like weed and shit. So fucking they gave me another 9 months. So yeah.
just to so anyone who doesn't know what locking legs is, actually, I'm not too familiar. Is that kind of like when you're on your knees, like boom, 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 like,
Um
or are you
Actually what it
actually
is
locking legs?
yeah, you go to the back where the it's like a dorm setting.
Mhm.
So let's say there's like an aisle of beds. You
Yeah.
go to the back in between the last two beds and you sit on the ground with both of your legs flat, and the other person does too, and you put one leg on top of theirs and they put and you put one and they put another their leg on they put one leg on yours, and you put one of your legs on top of theirs.
Yeah.
So you guys are pretty much balancing each other, and you guys just get scoot up close, and you just fucking we just fight like that while we're sitting down up close to each other.
Damn. So ain't
And
no fucking opportunity to bob and weave or nothing on that. That's
yeah,
just
there ain't no running. The only thing you could do is if you lay flat on your back, and then but if you do that, everyone's gonna make fun of you and call you flat back. So
Damn.
it's like you gotta man up and just take it.
Let me ask, did you ever see anyone who did that, like had kind of like utilized skill, like still moving, like, or is that just
Uh,
impossible?
yeah, you know what? Yeah, there's people who fought a certain way, you know, like they would block their face and yeah, exactly, bob and weave and stuff. And
Yeah,
the first time I ever locked legs, I fucking it was with enemy from West Side Weemods. He was a few years older than me, but
yeah,
yeah, I remember it didn't go too good because I didn't really know what the fuck was going on. But like after a while, blocking legs and shit, fucking yeah, you could. There's definitely a skill set you could learn to do good or take care of yourself.
yeah. That's a trip. And so how old were you the first time you went to camp?
I was 14 when I went to Camp Kilpatrick. Um, yeah, that was in 2006, I believe, or five.
Damn. And let me ask, what was your experience in the county camp program? Was there a lot of opportunity for rehabilitation, or was it just like you really don't learn shit? You just in there banging.
Yeah, fucking well, me personally, I didn't learn shit because when I first got there, it was funny. Your brother, Little Cricket, was actually on the other side in Camp Miller,
Mhm.
and I was in Kilpatrick, but I was the only homie from the hood right there, and yeah, right away I started getting pressed and stuff, and yeah, I was getting into issues because I didn't really know my first camp program, so I didn't know about locking legs and all that. And when I
Yeah,
seen your brother, he was working in the kitchen. And when you're in Kilpatrick and Camp Millard, you guys see each other through the kitchen. So I guess when I seen him, he told me, he's like, hey, rush homeboy no, get down with with homie from Little Hill. So I was like, all right. And fucking, I didn't know nothing about Lucky Lake. So as soon as I went back to the camp dorm, I just rushed that fool in front of
yeah.
everyone live. So fucking, yeah, from there, and I guess that guy had a lot of friends in camp, and it was like my first day. So yeah, I didn't really rub people the right way my first day there.
Yeah. A-
Yeah.
And why is it that in camp, because it's a trip for me to listen and I would say listen, but for me to really comprehend everything because I never been to camp. You know what I mean? Like I went straight to
Yeah,
YA
yeah.
and shit. We handled
Yeah,
shit.
I know you went straight to YA.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was the problem with like getting down with somebody just like that? Like why was there a need to lock legs?
Honestly, because no one wants to get caught up. You know, no one wants to go to the box, and the box is basically just a little cell. They lock you for 24 hours to 48 hours.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no one wants to get refiled on and catch more time. So that's
Ah.
why we lock legs, so the staff members won't see us. Like we won't get caught fighting.
That's a trip. That's a trip.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
yeah, in YA, like you don't give a fuck about time. Like I don't give a fuck. Like whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, because everyone in YA is
yeah,
already doing years and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a
And
trip,
everyone in
man.
camp doesn't want to go to YA, so they're trying to do everything on the low.
Yeah, that's a trip. So you go to camp. You go a few. I mean, you're in and out, and you're learning the ropes and shit. By the time you're on your last camp program, is there a significant difference between the
uh,
first time?
that's funny that you say, yeah, big difference. Yeah, when I'm going in when I was 14, I'm just kind of like the young dude in the place, fucking like just always fucking fighting left and right. Yeah, by the time I was 18 was my last camp program. Fucking yeah, dude, I was fucking laundry boy. I was a junior cook. I had like all the jobs in camp and shit. Fucking real cool with the staff members, getting phone calls and shit like that. Like just getting down with foods. Fucking just more comfortable in my skin. Just fucking
Yeah,
kind of more rolling around like big man on campus type shit.
yeah,
And fucking yeah, it's cool because I bumped into so many homies especially on social media that remember me from camp days. And they're like, hey
yeah.
dog, remember when we were in camp and this and that? And I'm like, yeah, dog, hell yeah.
And so you're 18 when you do your last camp program. Were you 18 when you got out, or were you 19?
I was 18 when I got out because yeah, I was 18. I was 17 when I got busted,
Mm.
and I was trying to fight my case and hoping they sent me to county when I turned 18. But when I turned 18, they wanted to teach me a lesson or something, and they gave me another 9 months camp. So
Damn.
yeah, I went back to camp for another 9 months.
And so you're in camp. You're 18 years old. What happens when you get out? Are you on probation still, or is do you have no tail because you're already 18?
Yeah, exactly. Since I was 18, and like I said, I was having jobs in camp and shit, and I was so they recommended me to get off with no probation. Since I was 18 legally, I guess they had to. So yeah, I got off with no probation and stuff. And yeah, I was basically on my own from there. Like no more system, no more probation, no nothing. It was a big relief, you know, because
Let
I've
me
been on
ask,
paper since I was 13.
what would have happened if you would have got caught like bombing on a minor? Let's say if there's like a 16-year-old Amiga or whatever, and you decided to take flight on that fool. What would have happened as an 18-year-old? Would they have given you like a assaulting a minor charge, or would you have got refiled on for that and went to YA
Um,
or?
you know, from my experience, they could get you for assault and stuff if you're especially if you're 18. But from my experience, it just depends on you
Yeah,
as a person and how you've been with the staff and with the people. Like, you know, it just depends how you are. Like, let's say you're a knucklehead and you're fucking left and right starting problems and disrespecting staff. Like, of course, they're gonna be like, fuck this fool,
yeah,
like, we
yeah.
file
You're
on his
looking out for
ass.
them.
But
Yeah,
if you're like cool and shit and just do things low key and just like know your P's and Q's and like don't talk too foul to the staff members and shit, you could kind of do your thing and you know they'll let it slide. They'll fucking just send it to the box for 24 hours, whatever.
damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
it's just like everything else in life, just like the way you move and talk to people and shit, you know, reflects how you go get treated.
yeah, I'm glad you bring that up because that's something that I always try to tell a lot of people is that like especially I'll give you an example for me. Like throughout my life, I've always had a positive attitude with shit. You know what I mean? Like fuck it, it is what it is. And then the hard times, they don't seem like they last as long. You know what I mean? It's because
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
just like fuck it, I'm gonna deal with this and we gonna move on. There's a lot of people I see that make shit worse for themselves. It's like dog,
Yeah,
chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
like you don't have to do all that. Like well, fuck it, yeah, it's a trip. So you get out, you're 18 years old. You don't got a tail. You mean like how is
Yeah.
life? What are you thinking at that point? Is you're like, man, I'm kind of a grown up now. I'm not a kid anymore, or are you still in that I don't give a fuck mentality?
Um, a little bit of both. I was like, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it smart. You know,
Mm,
like how we all plan on doing it. So yeah, my mentality was looking back, it wasn't as mature as I thought it was at the time. I was just a little bit more on game on how I wanted to live. I was like, all right, I want to start making money now. I want to take care of myself. You know, I'm 18 now. I
mm,
know I gotta fucking find my own way. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, as soon as I got released and shit, it was just back to the neighborhood and fucking I had moved in with my girlfriend I was with at the time. And yeah, from there I was just on my shit, you know, just on my neighborhood shit. Just you know, I got a little job for a little bit, fucking working at a fucking fair. And
Yeah.
yeah, from there though, I just started getting into my shit, started slanging and shit and just you know, getting more and more involved in the hood.
So real quick, I've never heard anyone working at a fair. Is that like a carnival, like a
Yeah,
traveling fair?
yeah. What's
See
funny is that, yeah, I had met some
how
paisas, and they're like, "Hey, you want a job?" I was like, "Yeah." I was um, I was like, "What's up? Where's the application?" Oh, nah, you don't need no application. They're like, "It's $60 a day." I was
yeah,
like, I was like, at the time, I was like, 60 a day. I was like, "Let's do this."
yeah,
So we were going to different spots in LA in different neighborhoods, and
yeah.
they would set up like a fair for like 3 days and then break it down and go to a different city. So yeah, I was going to like different neighborhoods from there. I went to Playboy's neighborhood. I've been to fucking the 36 neighborhood. We worked out there. We're all over, dog. We're in South Central, fucking everywhere.
So I have a few questions about that because I've never heard of anyone working at a fair. It's just a kind of a trip. So when you're the first one, we'll keep it street with this one. When you're in their neighborhood, do they ever hit you up like, hey, where are you from, homie? Even though like you're just a worker and shit. And how does
Yeah,
that go?
yeah, because wherever they set up the fair at, fucking I was tripping out. Fucking they hire the people from that neighborhood too. So
Mm,
like my first day there, I'm right here listing something and fucking boom, some fool passes by. He's like, "What's up, homie? Where you from?" I was like, "You know, I'm from fucking EMF. What's cracking, dog?" He's like, "All right, this is Playboys." I was like, "All right, cool." Like whatever. I didn't think much of it
mm,
until a couple of days later they rolled up deep and there was like 10 to 15 of them and shit. And
yeah,
they ran up on me because I'm right there banged out. You know, I got a shaved head and shit, fucking looking
yeah.
all fresh. I'm only 19, 18, so I'm right here like you know, just fucking doing my thing. And yeah, they came up to me like, "What's up, homie? Where you from?" And fucking I told them where I'm from, and they fucking started all gathering around me. And I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm about to get jumped right now."
Yeah.
But fucking the one who had banged on me the day before ran up. He's like, nah, he's cool, dog. That fool's from EMF. And
Yeah.
they're like, all right, cool. And then they all started shaking my hand, like, all right, I know your homie Wooty Woo. I know your. I was like, all right, homie, like,
Yeah. What did they think you're from Florence and shit? at first.
Yeah, they all that. Yeah,
Yeah,
fourth
I know.
exactly to the
Yeah, I
head.
remember that. Yeah, there's always a fucking confusion with that. Yeah, so how is it working on a carnival? Like, is it like because I from what I've seen, like there's some strange motherfuckers that they're working that shit. You know what I mean? Like some fucking tweaker ass fools and some
Yeah, that's
fucking
exactly. Yeah, they were and shit. So I was making my money with them and fucking just doing my thing. Just I was with that company probably for like 3 months for like one summer.
yeah,
And fucking yeah, that was a cool little experience, a humbling experience, dog. You know, because they worked their ass off and fucking me being a homie, fucking I was like, fuck it, someone's willing to pay me $60 a day to fucking just stand around. Let's do this.
yeah. Damn, and is that shit like fucking? How is it setting up those? Like you're setting up rides? Is it like actual rides, or is it like a fucking more of like a tents and shit?
Nah, they're rides. Yeah, they were rides. They were fucking yeah, some janky ass rides I wouldn't trust. For real.
So it's like the spaceship and the hammer and all that shit, or what?
Yeah, you had the spaceship, you had exactly the UFO, that shit that spins just in a circle.
Yeah,
You go and you just stand on like it's gravity and shit that
yeah.
controls you. Fucking what else they have? They had like a bunch of little kid rides and shit like that. Fucking
How was it setting up that shit? That big ass spaceship is it like brought in pieces or fucking?
you know what? It's all on a trailer. Everything's on a trailer and it's like a puzzle. Yeah. And you just gotta
Damn.
fucking yeah, everything's connected, but yeah, fucking it's
So
a little process.
if everyone's like not everybody, but if a lot of the people who work there are like tweakers and shit like that, like how the fuck do they do it so accurately where people don't fucking fly off or that shit doesn't fuck up?
Yeah, it's just it's basically fucking the whole thing that's holding each of the rides is just a fucking a little pin, and then it's another, and then each of the little pins has a hole in it, and it's like it's real hard to explain, dog, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust those rides at those fucking little fairs if I were you.
Fuck that. Yeah, that shit got me thinking now. Fuck that. So you do that shit for 3 months and then what happens after that time?
Shit. After that, I just started hustling, dog. Like I started that. I did that job to fucking, to pick up and start like hustling, dog. And I was just hustling from there, dog. Just in the streets, making my money, with the homies and shit. Fucking, just serving people up.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I would assume, doing that, you were making more than $60 a day. How did that start? How did that start feeling like, oh shit, like like
Yeah.
this is
Well,
like
obviously,
coming
I quit
up.
the job, so
Yeah,
I was,
yeah,
yeah, I just, I felt like fucking. It was just cool, dog, because I was really doing it just to fucking make ends meet, just to fucking pay my rent and fucking buy some clothes and fucking you know, come up a little bit. And yeah, the more I did it, the more I started coming up and shit. It was just like, okay, like this is cool. And then that's when I caught my first case while as an adult. That's when I went to fucking I went upstate and shit.
damn. So what they catch you for?
Um, well, the initial charge was was sales with the loaded handgun, and they tried to get me for like some gang enhancement shit. Um, but I ended up taking the deal, and I pleaded guilty to fucking possession charge with the loaded firearm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Damn, and how long did you do for that?
I did 2 years of shit.
So
Fucking
now for prison, I really don't talk too much about. I don't want to get into too much of the inner workings, but let me just ask when it comes to like just like a feeling kind of process. Did you notice a huge difference from the camp setting to like a prison setting, or were you in the dorms or were you in like cells?
um, I was in both. I was in dorm living and in cell living in prison. And fucking I went to Wasco reception, which was and they had me in a dorm setting, which was a
Mhm.
trip. And yeah, I was 100% different than the halls and camp. And the halls in camp, it's more like you're more of an individual person, dog. It's more
Yeah,
like it's all about you, dog. If you're gonna be respected, it's because you're gonna get that respect yourself.
yeah,
And it's basically if you bump into, it doesn't matter what skin color you are in camp or the halls. If um if they're your enemy, you gotta get down. Or if you guys have a disagreement, you gotta prove yourself and get down, no matter what.
yeah.
When I went to county and prison, it was 100% different. It was just, the homies, the Southsiders with the Southsiders, the blacks with the blacks, and no hands-on policy. You couldn't, no fighting with the homies.
Yeah.
You got to get along with your enemies now. Where in camp, it was like you see your enemy, it's on sight type shit.
Was that the first time where you've actually had to see an enemy and not fight with them?
Yes.
How was
Yeah.
that? How was that like for you? Because how old are you at that point? You're what, about 20?
I was 19. Yeah.
19,
I was
damn.
19.
So how was that? 19 years old. So you're still relatively young. When you got that gangbanging mentality, you run into an enemy guy and you can't do nothing. How does that feel?
I felt a little bit awkward. I felt
Yeah.
awkward because not only was did I meet homie from he was an enemy, my first enemy I met, he was from Bassett, but I can't remember what the fuck they call him.
Mhm.
But like he was being friendly with me, like talking to me like, oh, I know your homie Wooty Woo, your homie this and that, your home. I'm just like, okay, dog, like not something I'm not used to, because I'm so used to the animosity and fucking like being pumped up and shit. Where like when I went to prison, it was a little bit more calmer, dog, in a way.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more of a calm setting.
Yeah, I know that's a trip. For me, I remember the first time that happened to me it was a trip because I was in Nellis with the homie Beaver from Northside Bowling. Cool as fuck, right? But like you see Beaver, we have to get down with him or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like so we're still gangbanging right there. We're getting down with our enemy guys there, and then I jump on the bus to go to Preston up north, and as soon as I get on there, first cat I see, Stomper from Northside Bowling, and like you said, we're going up north. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like we got to stick together and shit. And it was a trip. We had to be cool as fuck though. The fool's cool as fuck too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Northside Bowling, be from Northside Bowling. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like it's real awkward at first because it's like, oh shit, like what do I do? Do I take flight on this one on the bus, or is that kind of casing up because, like that's what I was thinking. Is that kind of casing up because we got to go up north? You know what I mean? So it's like we can't be fucking acting a fool right here. So we just kept it cool, and I'm glad we did because that fool's cool as fuck. And I've seen them in TS and shit. He's cool as fuck.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So you see homie from Bassett and you're just like weirded out a little bit, like damn, like what do we do?
Yeah, but I already knew like the politics and shit. Like I already knew that we have to get along and shit, but I just didn't know what to talk to him about. Like, oh yeah, well I've been fighting with your homies for years. So I was kind of just learning how to like cope with that, and fucking it ended up being all good and shit. Like I said, it was more of a calm setting, dog, and just more of a respect factor right there. As in camp, it's really more about building your name,
Yeah. Was there any kind of rehabilitation efforts there?
Nah. To be honest, dog, it's a little bit since it's a different setting, dog. You think differently, dog. So it all depends on you as a person and what you put yourself in,
Yeah.
If you want to throw yourself out there and be involved in shit, what's going on in there, or if you want to stick to yourself and work on yourself as a, and like think of me. I had short time, so the whole time I was in there, I was thinking, what am I going to do when I get out? What am I going to do? How am I going to make my money when I get out? That was my main concern,
Yeah. And how long did you do?
2 years.
You did 2 years. So you get out with your 21 now?
Yeah, exactly.
So you get out, you're 21 years old. You're on parole?
I'm on a program called AB 109. It's like I guess like a parole program where you for a year.
All right.
Yeah.
So how was that? You get drug tested and all that shit, or fucking?
Yeah, I got a call every day and call a certain number and they give you a code, and if you hear your code on the phone on the number when you call, you go in and you drug test.
Oh, that's that old school shit. Yeah, I remember that shit. Well, we used to do that for when I was on probation when I was a kid. I remember that shit. Like, fuck, that's crazy. Yeah. So did you have a issue with drugs at the time, or was that like no problem where you're like, I could pass this shit like nothing?
Nah, my only problem was weed, dog. I always been into weed and shit. So fucking I came out and I didn't really smoke much at the time, so it was kind of easy for me. Like, I had no problem doing that because I was just mentally. I've never really been into drugs like that. So as far as using them, so fucking it wasn't really an issue for me, dog, to like not get high and stuff. My main issue was just staying out of trouble as far as like kicking it with the homies and shit like that.
And how did that go?
Well, I was still kicking it with the homies, so it was fucking I never got caught up for it, so it went pretty good, I would say. But I got some bullshit and shit. Like probably like a couple months after I got out was when I fucking I had got shot and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dog. So fucking that shit too. It was kind of not a good thing, but it was kind of just like fuck it, homie. Help me through my probation, kind of like slow down for a couple months because I
Yeah.
was already fucking starting to get back in the groove of fucking being in the neighborhood and shit.
You get shot like what was it like just a normal like fucking got shot in the leg or the arm, or was it like you're in the fucking hospital bed laid up and shit?
Nah, I just got popped in the fucking in the leg and shit, and I got released like the same night from the
Yeah.
hospital. But fucking my leg was fucking hella fucked though for a couple months.
Damn.
And I was fucking at the time. I didn't have a car at the time. I was walking everywhere, so I wasn't
Ah,
able to walk around
fuck.
the hood and shit. I was
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
fucking in crutches and shit everywhere.
Damn. So fuck it. Did you end up getting off probation? I'm probation from that one.
Yeah, I got off probation, and yeah, from there I was just doing my thing and shit. I've been off since.
Oh shit. So you haven't went back?
No, I never went back since then. Yeah, I've been
Damn.
out.
What was it
Yeah.
that made you stay away and say, you know what, fuck this? Like I'm gonna do things a little differently.
Um, just to keep it G, dog, by some of it's luck, cause I was still fucking around for a while and shit, like, so fucking fuck, I don't even know, dog, just by moving differently, dog, just by fucking try not to throw myself out there too much, but honestly, dog, it's just I'm blessed, dog, to be fucking out here still, and
Yeah.
shit, I'm grateful for that.
What made you start getting into tattooing?
Actually, when I was in jail, when I was in prison and shit, like a couple months before I had got out,
Mm.
um, someone came up to me and had a bunch of tattoo equipment, and I had been shooting the shit with him, and I was telling him, yeah, dog, I could work a machine and shit, but I
Yeah.
had never did a tattoo in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one day he comes to me and he's like, hey, dog, he's all, the homie's supposed to tattoo on me, but he doesn't want to do it. I was like, fool, don't trip, I'll do it. He's like, yeah, and I was like, yeah. He's like, fuck it, let's do it. I didn't think he was gonna say yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I guess I'm doing it. So fucking the whole time before I tattooed, I just seen the way homies did it, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking imitate exactly what they're doing,
Yeah.
and that's what I did. I just fucking the first tattoo I did, everyone came up to me like, oh, we didn't know you did tattoos, like woo woo. I was like, damn, it's my first one, but thank you,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
from there it was just a takeoff, just every day tattooing in there till I got out.
Yeah. Fucking were you making money off of that shit in there?
I wasn't really making money, but I was just like, since I was first starting off, I was like, whatever you fools want to give me, you
Yeah.
want to give
Yeah.
me some
Yeah.
soap or some soups or whatever, dog, I'm good. Like, I was just more wanting to fucking learn to tattoo, most of all, I was more happy that they were letting me tattoo on them.
What made you want to continue that when you got out?
Um, just the motivation to not go to work,
Yeah.
to not get the 9 to 5 job, and just yeah, I wanted to grow as an artist. Just I've always been infatuated with art, with tattoos and shit. So like fucking that was really my motivation. It's just I just wanted to make that money and live good.
And fucking so right now you don't have a 9 to 5?
Nah,
And
nah.
that's dope.
Um,
So that's what you've been tattooing and I see that you went viral a few times on your
yeah.
Instagram and shit. How does that feel like to see like all kinds of foods is just what did you think you were gonna go viral, or like what was the motivation behind those videos?
Um, honestly, fucking I got a homeboy, fucking the little homie, fucking Spike. Shout out to Spike Tattoos and shit. I don't know if you
Yeah.
heard of him, but if you haven't, follow him. He's a funny ass cat. Fucking I was hanging out with that dude, fucking teaching him how to tattoo and shit. And he's like, hey, fool, have you ever been on TikTok? I was like,
Yeah.
TikTok? Hell no, homies don't go on TikTok. The fuck? And he started
Yeah.
showing me some videos, and I was just laughing my ass off, dog. And
Yeah.
then he's like, dog, I'm blowing up on here. And I was like, all right, dog. I never took him serious
Yeah.
until one day he did a little video of and he put me in the video. I didn't even know I was in the video. And then the next thing I know, he's like, hey, dog, we're on Food's Gone Wild. And I was like, what? So I went and I see myself on Food's Gone Wild, and I was like, what the fuck? And then it's cool, just
Yeah.
people like you get a little recognition here and there and shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a trip just to fucking see your social media platform blow up out of nowhere and
Yeah. Hell
shit.
yeah. And did that help with your tattooing clientele, or was that shit? Did that really didn't have too much of an impact?
I would say it did. So yeah, it fucking definitely attracted more people to hit me up, and I brought more attention to myself. So yeah, I definitely have more business off that. I would say.
So it's a trip because you said at 18 years old, or was it 19? I forgot. You get out and you're fucking working for $60 a day, right? How much are you getting for tattoos now? Is it way more than $60 a day?
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, yeah. I
And let
usually
me,
try to charge at least like a $60 minimum,
mm,
somewhere around there actually. So yeah, I can make $60 like in 10 minutes, or it just depends though, dog. It just depends, on the who it is I'm doing the tattoo on, and who they are, and what they're doing,
yeah, what
like
they want and how big it is and how
yeah,
long
like
it take.
like if it's someone that really wants to get tatted by me, and I know it's a single mom that fucking raising her kids, and she's, I'm not gonna charge her arm and a leg. I'm gonna give her a decent price. Or if it's a homie
Yeah,
that just got out and he's, doesn't, I don't give a fuck. You got $50, let's do this. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It just depends on where you're at and where I'm at and shit, and who you are.
dope,
Yeah.
dope. Fucking so you're doing tattoos now, and is there anybody who like, do you ever get like weird ass requests from, like, let's say non-bangers, non-street cats that are always like, oh, I want that prison look, or I want this. Do you ever get any of that? Because I know a lot of people have told me that they get people like that. They're like, oh, I want like
Yeah.
prison how do you deal with that? How does that work?
To be honest, I don't really have a one way of doing things.
Yeah,
I just take every person for consideration and who they are and what they are, and the reason why they want to get it.
yeah, yeah,
So if it's some shit like Aztec shit, and I know they're not about that life, and I know they know nothing about it, then I
yeah,
will have and I see that they're trying to imitate that and look like they are, like they
yeah,
want to be gangster. I'll have a talk with them, like, hey, you can't get that, dog. Like, and if you do, dog, you know what, that's, what you got to do is what you got to do.
yeah,
Period. But
yeah,
yeah. But if it's just like someone just trying to fucking a casual person that just really does appreciate the heritage, and they're fucking they're just some normal people, dog. I don't mind doing certain shit on them, dog, because I
yeah,
know they're not getting it for that reason.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, they have a different, like, that warrior mentality with a different warrior mentality and shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 So fuck it. That's a trip. Yeah, and so when you're doing, have you ever had to tattoo somebody with some weird ass shit? Like, what the fuck you want that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get all types of shit, dog. I get like, the other day, someone wanted me to tattoo a potato on them. They're like, can you do a potato? I'm like, a potato? And they're
Yeah,
like, yeah, they're like, but I want a face and eyes in it. I'm like, what? Like,
like your potato head and shit.
yeah. I was like, oh man. I was like, I'll see what I could do, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that.
Damn. So fucking let me ask now. I'm glad you got away from the, like, really being out in the streets where you could get caught up and shit like that, right? Is
Yeah.
tattooing, do you find that makes way more income than actually serving when it comes down to, like, the hours you put into it, and like the amount of work you have to put in? Because I know a lot of times when you're serving, like, you got to do that shit all fucking day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
make money. Like, when you're tattooing, it just, I don't know. To me, it seems like, yeah, it could be time consuming, but you're getting more bang for your buck. Really, that's the way I look at it. What do you think?
Um, I would say, sorry, my bad. Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, so you, like,
Right.
how if you're back when you first got out, you said you were serving, you caught a case for that shit, right?
Yeah,
So when you're serving, I know a lot of times you really have to be out there, like, out and about doing your thing, right?
yeah.
Do you make more money serving doing that, or like tattooing, where you like hitting different
Um,
spots?
well, me now it's tattooing. I make
Yeah.
more tattooing than I think I'm making more tattooing than I ever did slanging and shit.
And
Definitely.
the reason why I asked that is because I know for a lot of people out there, like, man, I'm making money doing this shit, like serving and shit. To me, it always seems like you could make okay money off of that shit, but it doesn't. It never seems like it's like something that could last long. Where you're tattooing, they can't take that away from you. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and you could really set your own schedule. Like, you don't have to wake up at or be up to like 2, 3 in the fucking morning to go serve. You know,
yeah,
like to go do a tattoo. If somebody hits you up, they'll be like, I want a tattoo. You'd be like, hit me up in the morning, or hit me
Yeah,
up for the
exactly.
weekend. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So it
yeah.
just seems like I don't know. That's why I just want to bring that up because it just seems like when you have talent and you're able to really utilize that talent, because they always say you don't sell dope, dope sells itself, right? Tattooing is way different.
Exactly.
Tattooing is way different because they're not just buying the tattoo gun and they're not buying the ink. They're buying what you're giving them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you're
exactly. Yeah,
selling that shit. How does
yeah,
that feel now, knowing that you're putting something out there that's gonna more than likely last forever, or not forever, but forever on that person until that person dies, and it's good quality shit. You know what I mean? Like that's you're really giving us something that is of quality and means
yeah.
something.
It's to me. It feels fucking. It's amazing, to fucking be able to fucking create art on someone and shit. Just the process of how long it took me to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to fucking to be able to bless someone, dog, and see the look on their face afterwards, and just knowing that they're a happier person.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people, I get a lot of clients like that, dog. Like they be going through some shit, so they want to get blasted up, dog. So fucking, it's cool, dog, to be able to fucking help people out in that way, dog, and yeah, to be able to, like you say, fucking set my own time, my own price and shit. But with it's tattooing is like anything else in life. It takes time and dedication. Fucking so you're not really gonna make money in tattooing unless you're a hustler, dog. Like, so you gotta be willing to fucking do shit sometimes, especially in the beginning of your career that you don't feel like doing a lot of times. So
yeah.
fucking there's a lot of work behind it that a lot of people don't see, but fuck yeah, it's fucking it's once you get to a certain point, it's fucking more than worth it.
Hell yeah. And
Yeah.
so when you started your Instagram page and you started like what was it? Was it after the TikTok situation where that just started blowing up, or did that start happening around the same time or before?
Yeah. I think I was getting like a little bit locally known and shit before that, but
Yeah,
so I was pretty much getting good like good clients off that. But yeah, once I got went on Food's Gone Wild and shit like that and TikTok,
yeah,
um yeah, it was definitely a big difference. I noticed, dog, and people who already knew me, that was already getting tatted by me, started reaching out to me again. You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So yeah, just yeah, it all fucking it went perfect, dog. It's going good.
Did you ever see
Yeah.
fools like a front? They were like back in the days, they like page no mind. Now they're like, hey, what's up, dog? Like now
Uh,
that you got a little bit of like fucking internet fame and shit.
yeah, I get a lot of people like that, dog. But I'm a fuck like me. I think I'm a pretty chill dude, chill dog. So I'm just like whatever. I'm like cool with people, dog. I'm like hell yeah, dog.
Yeah,
Like I don't mind, dog, because I understand how people are, dog. I know how people work, so it's cool, dog. Like I'm fucking like hell yeah, dog. Like it just depends, dog. Once they start
yeah,
asking for favors and shit like that, all right.
yeah.
But
That's
if you
yeah.
just they're all reaching out and shit like fuck, yeah, I don't. It's fucking all good and shit. Hell yeah.
And I would assume with the amount of like requests you get, and even you said earlier you had to turn down the or you might have to turn down the potato guy. How do you prioritize who's getting tattoos, what you're gonna work on, and like how do you go through that process?
Yeah. Well, me, most importantly, I just try to keep my word. So if someone schedules an appointment with me, fucking, I'm gonna try my best to keep that appointment.
Yeah,
Unless it's a a bigger opportunity awaiting me, I'll try to reschedule. But other than that, I just try to go by my word and first
yeah,
come, first serve. And
yeah,
I try to just charge everyone around the same price, so that way I'm not having to do that to fucking choose this tattoo over that tattoo. I just try to
yeah.
keep everything aligned and yeah, I try to get everybody in that hits me up.
Oh yeah, yeah. And when you're tattooing, like let's say when you're trying to teach somebody to tattoo, like you're saying earlier, you had the other homie, you said Spike. How was that process? Like, how was it becoming like? Because I know when you said you did it, you just basically looked at other cats and then you
Yeah,
mimicked what they did. How was it teaching somebody like, okay, this is what you got to do. What I'm doing is this, and do you feel good like to give them a benefit that you never received?
yeah. To tell you the truth, dog, I try to tell him to learn the same way I learned, which is
Mhm.
watching, and
Yeah,
that's what my main thing that I'm doing with him right now. But it's a trippy process, dog, because it's my first time teaching someone. So
Mhm.
I don't know exactly how to go about it because I'm just like, dude, I don't want to be on his case, and it be like a resentful situation. So
Yeah.
I just try to motivate him in different ways, which is just like lead by example, you know.
Yeah.
I fucking which is like I said, like hustling, dog, and just being on the tattooing game and just tying them. Whenever someone hits you up for a tattoo, take it, dog. No matter what
Yeah.
it is, how big it is, even if you have to like do it a little bit cheaper than you normally should, do it.
Yeah.
Do it cheaper, dog, or do it for damn near free because you're trying to learn right now, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just giving advice and just at the end of the day, it's on him and how he wants to take it and how what he's gonna do with it. So yeah, it's a trippy process and just I'm just seeing how it goes and shit.
On your more busier days when you're really grinding out, how many tattoos could you do in a day?
Shit. Just depending on the size of the tattoos, you know. But
Yeah.
I think in one day I've done like probably about 14 tattoos, 13
Damn.
tattoos.
Damn.
Yeah,
And damn, how's that? Like, that's fucking exhausting as hell?
yeah. It's fucking. It's a lot of work, dog. But uh, shit. It just keeps me pushing though while I'm doing it because I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm doing all these tattoos in one day, and I'm just motivated just to keep working, dog.
Yeah. So now for people who want to get into the tattoo game, like we would say like you're definitely an entrepreneur. What are the like we don't have to get into specifics, but like how is it for like a tax like doing taxes and finding your write-offs and shit like that? Like how do you keep that in your mind when you're doing all your work? Like is that in the back of your mind or is that you just wait to deal with that at the end of the year?
Yeah, I kind of well, I keep track of somewhat what I make and shit, like on in my books. And
Mm.
yeah, when I do my taxes, I file as self-employed.
So 1099 and
So
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's not really too much of an issue, dog. Just I just file for self-employed, and yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, that'll work. And do you write off like your travel
Yeah, all
expenses,
my tattoo
gas?
equipment, like yeah. Sometimes one year I used my gas money, like when I got my car, I used my car and shit as a tax write-off because I use it for work because I'm a
Mm.
traveling tattoo artist,
Yeah.
So fucking yeah, that's what's cool about it. But yeah, what's bad, you just don't have that consistent check when you're first
Mm.
starting off in the tattoo game. So like any advice to anyone trying to get into the tattoo game or any entrepreneur field is be like ready to like not make money at first. Be ready to like invest your time and growing as a person and artist.
Now I'm glad you brought that up because let me ask, how is that in the beginning? Because like you said, you've been on the streets hustling, you've been making money. So how is it to go from a position of being that cat that, like you said, you got out when even when you were busted, you wanted to get out and make money. So that was always at the on the back of your mind. How is it to get out and be like, fuck, I'm not making anything
Yeah,
or I'm
shit. I
losing
felt like
money?
shit,
Yeah.
It feels like shit, being broke and all that shit. So fucking honestly, it was just I know it's fucking might sound corny and shit, but I just believed in myself, dog. Just I really did. I just the first tattoo I did, I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I knew it was possible. I knew people love tattoos, and I knew people are willing to pay for tattoos. So I
Yeah.
knew it was there, and I knew that I could grow. So that's really what motivated me, and just fucking yeah, it kept me going, dog. Is just knowing that I could do it, and one day I'll succeed. And
And
it's really about believing in yourself, dog. You know.
And I don't think it's too corny. You know, I think it's weird that on the streets we do that a lot. We think a lot of shit that could be helpful to ourselves, you know what I mean, is corny or
Yeah,
that's weak. But it's kind of crazy because it's not corny. Like, yeah, you got to believe in yourself, and it's like you have to be able to dream,
yeah,
right? Because I don't think like you said when you were a kid, what'd you think about? You thought, oh hell yeah, I want to be out in the streets. I want to do that. Like that was your way of dreaming, right? Like, yeah, one day I'm
yeah,
gonna do that, and that's easy to accomplish, right? But it's
yeah,
like when you really have a dream or a goal, it's something to work at. It's like that's when we start like looking down and like, fool, you can't do that or dog, like that's
yeah,
weak. You know what I mean? But it's like it's not weak because like saying like I believe in myself, that's one of the strongest things you could do. Like, man, I don't give a fuck
yeah.
who believes in me. I believe in me. And that's all that
Oh
matters.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So yeah,
yeah.
it's a trip the way, but I'm glad you went through that growth process. So where are you now? Like you still like are you past all that street shit? I know you're always gonna have love for the hood and shit, but are you past all that like street shit or like being out there chilling with the homies and now are you more like it's all about growing as an artist and a businessman? And are you on that level or are you a little 50-50? on everything?
I'm well, to me, I'm like kind of I'm not 50-50. Like I just to me, I tell the homies all the time, I am what I am. You know, like fucking
Mhm.
I'm always gonna fucking fucking be from the hood and fucking that's in my heart, dog. So fucking whoever I'm around and shit, they're gonna see that. Like they're gonna see that. Like everywhere I go, I fucking like I'm representing for the hood and fucking just trying to fucking you know uh find my way without fucking getting caught up in the bullshit. So
Yeah.
it's like it's just about how you move, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's something that a lot of homies are doing now, and I really respect and appreciate that. There's a gang of homies now that are finding artistic outputs and different ways of doing business. You know what I mean? I heard um a homie that used to rap Sal Capone is now has like a restaurant and shit. You're doing
Oh
tattoos.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
always
see.
wondered what happened to him, dog. Hell yeah,
Yeah, he owns a restaurant and like homies are
that's
just
right.
doing different things. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy because, like you said, we're always gonna be from the neighborhood. You can't take that away. You know what I mean? But it's like it's all about growing. And
Yeah,
I think one thing that we're gonna start seeing a lot more of, not even just in our neighborhood, but just collectively as Chicanos and shit, you're gonna start seeing. This is what I believe. You're gonna start seeing a lot more street cats that are gonna have uh be able to open doors for other people. And I think that's something that we
yes,
haven't
exactly.
experienced in the
Yeah,
past. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Because like my generation, we really didn't do too much where we can open doors for anyone. I know a lot of us are trying now, but like your generation, it seems like you guys are trying to really move. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Really get into his position. And how does that feel? And are you ready for that? Are you ready to become OG mentor and shit? You know what I mean?
yeah. Fucking shit. It feels good, dog, to be able to. I get messages and shit saying like, oh, like seeing you tattoo motivates me and shit like that, and
Yeah.
that's fucking hella fucking cool, dog. To be able to fucking grow through social media and reach out to people that we would never meet. You know, fucking it's a trip, dog. It's a trip that people are like more accepting of our culture now and like more willing to fucking be like, you know what, maybe this person's not all about fucking what we see are on the news and shit. Maybe
Yeah.
they could be successful and be stand up guys, dog, that could fucking put on for their people, you know.
Yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
that's what I want to do. I just want to represent and at the same time fucking let people, well, especially youngsters out there who don't know, like you could live a good life and shit and still be from the neighborhood, dog. Like you can still be from the neighborhood and still do your thing, still fucking make your money legit.
Yeah. Or even if you're on the fence, you don't even have to be from the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
you're a youngster, you don't have to be from the neighborhood. You could still be respected. You could still hold, like you said, hold yourself as a man, because that's what it's all about, right? Anywhere
That's what
you
I.
go.
That's funny. That's exactly what I was telling the homie yesterday. I was like, you ain't got to be a gang member to be respected. Like, it's not even about that. But yeah, hell yeah,
Because like you said, anywhere you went, right? It's all about how you held yourself, how you held yourself, right? When you went to juvenile hall, it's how you hold yourself. When you go to camp, it was how you held yourself. When you go to the joint, it's how you held yourself. And then now as a businessman, it's how you hold yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's always that. It's never, that. Yeah. So that's what I would say to youngsters too. Like you don't have to be from a gang. You don't have to be banging out there. Now, if you already chose to do that and you want to live a different life, you could do that too. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
exactly.
you could go
Yeah,
out there and
perfect.
make your money
Yeah,
and but if you're on the fence, don't even do it. Like there's no need for it. Like you could be
yeah,
respected. You could be respected,
ex-
just be you.
exactly. Hell yeah, you said it perfect.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
so what does the future look like for noisy tattoos? Well, what do you
Shit,
what do you see? What are you setting up for?
shit. I just growing as an artist more, and just bettering myself and my work, and yeah, fucking just being able to fucking like you say, put people on and fucking help out the next homie and shit, And I don't even know specifically how I could do that, but I know fucking I'm willing to do that, and that's what I hope is to be able
Yeah.
to fucking give back as much as I receive.
Oh yeah. And you know what's good about that you say? Because I remember when I got out of YA, right? I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew what I didn't want to do, right? It seems like
Yes.
you're above that right now. You don't know exactly what you're going to do, but you know what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that I think that puts you miles ahead of those previous thoughts. So you're in it, G. You mean you're in
Yeah,
it?
hell yeah, dog. Yeah, I'm out here trying this shit. Fucking, fuck, I see you, dog, and fucking when I see you on that TV show did, that shit is hella motivating. I'm like, damn, dog, that's just
I appreciate
crazy,
that,
dog.
G. Oh yeah, like he said, we can't be afraid to go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
for me, I was just like, I don't give a fuck. Put me in front of celebrities, put me in front of anybody. I'm gonna be me. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I'm not gonna change who I am, and I really appreciate that there's, you know, another generation of cats doing that now too. You know what I mean? That are like,
yeah, oh, yeah,
you don't give a fuck. We're gonna be us. We're street cats. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like we're not gonna tone it down. We're not gonna, we're not. Of course, we're not gonna act a fool. You know what I mean? But
yeah, yeah,
we're not gonna. Oh, excuse me, kind sir, and all that shit. Now we're gonna be us. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Hell yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate that, G. But yeah, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Shit, nah, I just fucking want to say, fucking shout out to all the homies out there, fucking, doing their thing, and fucking, all the homies fucking locked up and shit. Fucking, just want to say fuel and fucking stay up and fucking, thank you to you, my boy, for fucking this interview. Appreciate it.
Much love. You know we do, G, and we'll put the links to your social media pages on the description below. And that's Noisy Tattoos, everybody. And with
Yeah,
that,
hell yeah.
we out.
Gracias.
No problem. Peace.
Yeah.